Hey guys, Smithy here. Welcome back to a brand new series on my channel. We're going to be doing a podcast, and this podcast is going to be called the Gamers Podcast. And with me I have Steven.
Yo, what's up?
And we also have David.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's David C54.
So this is a brand new podcast. Basically, these two are my friends. I've always wanted to do a podcast, and now we have this going. So, let me ask you two this. Where did you begin with gaming, and what was your first console?
All right, hey, Steve, want you to go first?
Nah, you can go ahead.
All right, well, I started probably at least like maybe 2004. My father bought me a PS2 for Christmas, and I got really into it. And I've had a Game Boy, but really just mainly Sony products, PS2 and PS3. I'm not too much of a hardcore gamer. Bit of PC gaming when I was a young kid. A lot of driving games. So yeah, Steven, what do you got to say?
Well, I started gaming probably about 2002. My father bought me one of the big old fat PS2s. And from there, I just started playing, like, old games, pretty much what David plays, pretty much racing games. I played a lot of NASCAR when I was back then, but that's pretty much how I started.
All right, well, I started with, I don't know what year it was, but when I first got into gaming, my dad had a Sega Mega Drive, and I would just play Sonic on that. And then I remember having a PS1, playing some of the Magics like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Medal of Honor. Then I got the original Xbox, and a game I used to play on there a lot was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a lot of the FIFAs, Simpsons Hit and Run. Then I actually didn't get a PS2 until like a few years after that. After the PS2, I was playing all the PS2 games and whatnot. Then I got, I've had a lot of game consoles, okay? Then I went with the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, PSP, the PSP Go, the PS3, the PS4, the Wii. I've literally gone on a gaming console career. But what is your favorite game as a child? What was that one game that just stood out and you couldn't get enough of playing? What was that game?
For me, it would definitely have to be MX Unleashed. It was designed by THQ and Rainbow Studios. They did an outstanding job with it. I mean, they still have games. They have the series MX versus ATV still today. So they used to make some really amazing games.
Aren't they creating one for the PS4, Rivals or something like that that's coming out?
They're
not behind that.
I think I don't know. I'm not really sure. They might be behind that. I'm not sure, but
I know there's a motorbike stunt track thing like
like Trials and all them. Yeah.
That's coming to the PS4 in April or May. But what about you, Stephen? What was that one game you couldn't keep off as a child?
As a child, I couldn't stop playing. I think it was Pac-Man Adventure. It wasn't a normal Pac-Man game, but it was a Pac-Man game with Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, and a bunch of other characters. You would be like a puzzle. You would go down. It'd be like a board game. You would go down. You would play mini games to advance spaces or detract spaces. Such a fun game. It was actually the first game I had on the PS2, and I couldn't stop playing it.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to me, I don't really have a favorite old game. I had plenty. Like going back, I used to love Pokemon. Like no one beats Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. You got to catch all 50, 150 Pokemon. You just have a desire to capture all these Pokemons and everything like that. And then more of a console game. One of the games that I couldn't get off was Medal of Honor. May have been Medal of Honor Airborne or the one before that. It may have been Medal of Honor 2. There was just plenty of missions that I could never do, and I just wanted to beat them. I was just like, come on, I've got to beat this guy. And it was just games like that. The Simpsons Hit and Run, that's another one where I would just literally play it all the time. And I almost completed that game, but I could never do the last level because I was one of these people that when you were stuck on a level, you used to get really annoyed at yourself. You know, oh, for fuck's sake, oh, come on, I can do this, and get really stressed out of the game.
Right, right.
You just turn it off. I mean, everyone's a sore loser when they're a kid, right?
Yeah, every time.
Oh yeah, I used to get real pissed off.
So in the later years of gaming, I used to play a game. I don't know if you have it over there, but it was a game over here called Alame Manager.
Alame Manager.
Managing game.
We had something like that a couple years ago, and EA Sports released it.
Yeah, it was years ago.
Yeah.
The last one they did was like '07. And basically the concept of the game is you take control of any club you like. I always used to take control of Liverpool because I support them. And you can buy players across around the world. You sort of manage your own squad. I mean, you don't really play the game. You are manager. But you don't like sit there and play the matches. You simulate them. And you're there and you make all these subs and everything like that.
Right, right.
Game. Addictive. They have games like that now, but I just really shone away from that. But what's your like favorite game like previously, like this year? Like I don't know, like last year, like in the last 3 years, what has your been favorite game? Like what game is it that you just don't think you could have lived without of in the last 5 to 3 years or whatever, 3 to 5 years?
For me, I would probably have to say Gran Turismo 5. Polyphony Digital did an amazing job with that game. I would say that would definitely have to be, one of those games I would just not want to live without, I loved every second playing that game. It's, amazing. And, the rest of the Gran Turismo series, too. I mean, all the way back to the PS1. I mean, hell, they were all amazing.
I was never really interested in Gran Turismo. Like, I had Gran Turismo 5. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. But I've been interested in car games. I mean, you've got all the old Need for Speed and everything like that. But with Gran Turismo, I just don't really... It requires a lot of skill, I think.
Yeah, a lot of familiarizing yourself with cars and how to tune them, tires, tweaking.
It's not a game where there are many of these games that you can just plug in and play, and after like the first few levels or first few times of playing it, you sort of get stuck into it, and you're a pro at it. You become better and better. Gran Turismo 5, for me, I just couldn't get into it. It's just like such a pro game. You have to put a lot of time and effort into it to get be good at it.
It's definitely no Need for Speed. And I'm just saying, Gran Turismo is definitely no Need for Speed. But yeah, go ahead, Steven.
This is like pushing it. I'm like a year off, but a game that it was probably like 5, 6 years ago. Probably one of the more recent games. As you might not call this recent, but it was Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, not the PS2, but the Wii. I love that game. I love that game today. I don't play because I don't have a Wii anymore, but I love playing that game. I used to play it when I was like 7 years old, and I used to play with an old buddy of mine, and I'm going to tell you right now, that was the one game that would make me shit myself, because I was, I mean, you got to think of the visuals, man. Capcom did the great job with that game. I mean, with the gore, there's so much gore. It's great, but like when you're playing the main character, Leon S. Kennedy, and you see a big old Mexican guy with a bag on his head, running at you with a chainsaw, and he cuts your head off. You see all that blood and gore, and it scares the shit out of you when you're 7 years old.
I mean, for me, the game that I don't think I could have lived without was Modern Warfare 2. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 being my first Call of Duty, and I've had games where I've loved them, and I've thought, that's a brilliant game, but I've never had a more enjoyable game and just desire to play a game. I played Modern Warfare 2 every day, and I never had like it was never a case of not having too much fun.
Right.
Modern Warfare 2 was it. Like Modern Warfare, you get on Modern Warfare 2, you could do whatever. You go in private match, quick scope, no scope, or
Right.
you go in search. You'd play Mike Myers. You could do anything in Modern Warfare 2, and it was such a fun game. Like I don't have any of these. I have a lot of favorite games, but Modern Warfare 2 is that one where I sort of connected the most with my friends. Like, I loved Modern Warfare 2. There was something about that game.
Especially the characters in the campaign, too,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody remembers the Price, the Soap, the Ghost. Everybody remembers them.
It's just memorable characters and a memorable plot and storyline. I mean, if you think about it, if you look at MW2 storyline to Black Ops 2 storyline, you can't remember anybody from Black Ops 2, but you remember exactly what happened in MW2.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, everyone always relates as well, like with Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, that 50,000 people used to live here, now it's a ghost town. Everyone remembers that. I don't really think anyone really remembers a line like that in a COD campaign. Like, it's just like, you start the game up and you just get 50,000 people.
Well, you know where that line came from, right?
Yeah, it happened in real life. I was
it
talking
was
to David about it.
Yeah, it was from the Chernobyl nuclear disaster back in 1986.
Right.
And do you actually think, like, talking about Call of Duty campaigns and obviously what you've just said there, do you actually think Call of Duty campaigns are better when they're focused on a real event that happened, or they're focused in the future?
Here's the problem about the COD 4 campaign. When you're playing Price, when you are Price and you got to shoot off Zakhaev's arm. See, that was probably back in like 1990, it was like 1995, roughly at that time period. Nobody today can get into Pripyat, Ukraine, without dying because it's so over radioactive.
Yeah,
it hasn't been touched since the Chernobyl nuclear disaster.
But, like, do you feel as if you connect better, like, with a campaign in Call of Duty when it's based on something that really happened in real life, and it's a real life scenario, and you're reliving history? What's made history. Like, I think it'd be kind of cool to be focusing on, like, what's happening in Afghanistan and everything like that right now. I think if they did like a story on that and it sort of connected with that, I'd feel like I'd know more about history and I'd be interested in the COD more. Like, with all these futurized COD games, they go like 10 to 20 years advanced. The story really doesn't mean anything, and it's felt like that for a few years. I mean, the last COD mission I really enjoyed was the Black Ops 1, where you had to get someone out of prison.
Yeah, I feel like they've brought the Call of Duty scene to too futuristic. They brought it too much ahead from if you look at a standstill between Black Ops 1, they jump immediately. Black Ops 1, then MW3. They're still in that Modern Warfare, and then bam, you're thrown in the future. I think they brought it up too fast.
You got to think about this one. Black Ops 1 was set in the 1960s during the Vietnam War.
Right.
Black Ops 2 jumps between the Cold War and 2025. Trailer, don't make a game where you're jumping back from timeline to timeline. It gets confusing.
Well, that's the thing as well. And then they have all the zombie side of campaign and everything like that. But, Treyarch isn't going to be making Call of Duty this year. They'll be making their COD next year. Do you feel as if they may just make World at War 2 and go back to the story? Or, I kind of think that they may. It's kind of a 50-50. I think a lot of fans want a prehistoric game. A lot of people want it set backwards because I don't think COD is as enjoyable as it is being set in the future because they just go too futuristic and it becomes less fun. But what are your thoughts on this? Like, do you think World at War 2 is possible to do? Do you think people would want that, or do you think people would just want Black Ops 3 based in like, I don't know, 2050 or something like that?
I mean,
Well,
me personally, or go ahead, Steven.
well, what I gotta think is, I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it was World at War II, but the problem about it is, Call of Duty should stop. I know why they stopped making World War II games. Every single COD, up until COD 4, was a World War II game.
Mm,
And people were getting tired of that continuous strain every year. Oh, what games, so what years does this Call of Duty take in? World War II? And that's why I love World at War 1, but I did not like the World War II factor. I mean, come on, every single COD till COD 4 was a World War II game, then you had to bring it back. But, see, what I think Treyarch should do is, they should make World at War 2, but throw it back in time to World War 1.
Yeah. So basically make Black Ops 3 or World at War 2, but have the game actual, like, feature time before World at War original game took place. So have it, like, connect with the storyline, like, so the storyline connects.
Well, I mean, if Black Ops 2 is already 2025, why do they want to go further in time? Might as well go back. Hell, might as well go back to the revolution.
I mean, eventually they're going to have to run out of stuff because going so, ahead in the future, hell, and, nobody knows what's going to be happening in, like, 2040, 2050. Like, sooner or later it's just going to look like the same stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you eventually think that they'll give up their campaign and they'll just do, like, a multiplayer game? Or do you always think COD will have a campaign?
Well, see, it's just like this. It's like, before you know it, Call of Duty's going to say, "Screw it, we're going to throw you back in 1776, and we're going to make you fight the Revolutionary War, and we're going to put those guns in the multiplayer." Well, what fun would that be? Because as soon as you fire something from your musket, you got to take 10 seconds to reload, and what's the purpose?
Right.
But I feel like with the newer campaigns, like with the older CODs, I always had a desire to carry on playing the campaign. I wouldn't complete it straight away, but I'd always be like, you know what, today's a day to complete this campaign. Today's a day to play this mission. Today's a day to do this. With the newer CODs, I just don't even want to touch the campaign.
Well, yeah, because the campaigns, I really don't. I mean, the older campaigns were dialogued, were just done perfect, were done right. Black Ops 1 and down were done right.
Yeah.
MW3's campaign was okay, but they left it on a horrible cliffhanger. Terrible.
It was fucked up. Like, remember that mission where I think they're in London, there's that little girl, and she's
and the truck blows up.
Or daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it blows up. Like, that's just fucked up.
Well, guess what they were doing.
And then if you notice, in the multiplayer, if you go to that map, I think it's called Sanctuary. I might be wrong about that, but no, it's called Sanctuary. It's one of the DLCs in Modern Warfare. And then if you go to the graveyard and you listen real closely, you can hear the voices of those people that were in that campaign. I think it's kind of... I don't really see where...
Three sayings, don't get too close, look mummy.
Yeah.
And, something else.
Yeah, I just thought, I was like, that's... I mean, hell, that could offend a lot of people, too,
Yeah, it could have offended... It was a cool feature to add in.
Yeah.
Well, but kind of... You weren't thinking too well there, Infinity Ward. That kind of offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you prefer making CODs? Do you prefer Infinity Ward or Treyarch?
Are you talking about, like, these days, or...
Like, game... Well, just any game. Like, who's your favorite studio maker? And if it's these days, why did that change? What made you love Treyarch or Infinity Ward, And then you switched over, what made you like the opposition team a bit more?
Well, I can start off. I mean, I'm going to tell you, I started off with Infinity Ward. I mean, I've played the first COD. I've played them all. I mean, COD 4, great game. MW2, great game. MW3, it was okay. It had its flaws. Ghost, complete shit.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, David?
Me, I'm a straight old school Infinity Ward guy. The Infinity Ward these days just doesn't seem like any of the same people are working at that studio. Um,
Yeah,
they
they don't seem to have the passion to just
definitely,
make their games any good. I mean, coming from Modern Warfare 2, I started in Modern Warfare 2, which is COD 6, and we're on COD 10 now. So Black Ops after that, you know, when Black Ops came out, I went straight back to Modern Warfare 2 a month after.
yeah,
Modern Warfare 3 comes out, everyone's thinking, oh, let's hope it evolves from Modern Warfare 2. It's basically just Modern Warfare 2.5. It had some good stuff, but a lot of it was bad stuff. And obviously, the team that is now working for Respawn made Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4. They've changed. They've changed studios and everything like that. The team that is behind Ghost made Modern Warfare 3, and I think a saying that is true is Treyarch started out with the worst, and now they're making the best. And Infinity Ward started out with the best, and now they're making the worst.
yeah.
It's kind of opposite.
I would definitely have to prefer, Black Ops 2 now these days over Ghost because,
Yeah.
I mean, when Ghost first came out, I did like it a lot. And then I, started to look at myself and be like, why am I running so much? I mean, these maps are just getting very boring.
I
Um,
mean,
it was getting very tiring playing that game. So I just went back to Black Ops 2 and I was like, wow, the spawns,
Well, spawns are
the the closer range to it, it was a lot more easier, a lot more fast paced. I feel like yes, you might get killed faster on ghosts or any you might get killed faster on ghosts, but still, I feel like the Black Ops games will always be more fast paced than any ghost game if they carry on with the bigger map design like Infinity Ward's doing. They need to kick
yeah,
these people from the studio and just bring a whole new team in and say, hey, look, this is what the fans want. Because eventually, if you keep making games that don't appeal to the COD fans, they're going to stop playing it eventually, no matter what.
yeah.
I mean, if they're just
well,
throwing
Especially
out the
when
same
you've
thing
got
every year, it's just going to get very, sickening, and nobody's going to want to play it.
especially when you've got competitors out there. I mean,
Exactly.
you've got Battlefield coming in, and a lot of more people are hitting up these games. But with Call of Duty, it's with Infinity Ward right now. It kind of like you play Ghost, and everyone loves the newer COD on like day one. The first week is like everyone loves it. Everyone's really enjoying it.
so that's like for
And
the first
then
few weeks.
yeah, for the first few weeks, but we found the PlayStation 3, and that game was broken for a month and a half, and it didn't get fixed until that we had broken spawns, we had lag, we had hackers, we had glitches, we had loads of things. We had people running under the map, getting like is it chem strike or
Yeah, it's Chem, yeah.
what it's called? Yeah, getting chem strikes and everything like that. It's just terrible. And like with the older CODs as well, especially in Black Ops 2, I feel more connected with the guns. Like I can Black Ops 2, I go on that game. Most of my classes are like the MSMC, the AN-94, the M8A1, the Vector, the Scorpion. The sometimes I'll run a sniper or a riot shield, and I do well with these guns. If on Ghost, for example, I just feel like there's just no guns and there's no connection there. Everyone seems to be using the Remington R5 or the M-TAR-X, and it's just there's no connection there with the gun. And Modern Warfare 2, you have the FAMAS, you have the Scar, you have the UMP, you have the Kimbos, you have the model Kimbos, you have the intervention, the Barrett, ACR, the AK-47.
Right.
Everything was there, and in Ghost you just don't have that connection with the guns or the maps. I just feel like the Modern Warfare 2 maps, even though you didn't love them at the time, you go back and play them now, and you're like, I so love this map, I so miss this map.
Yeah, I know. It's like now it's starting to seem like when you see a Call of Duty game coming on the horizon, it's just announced, and I mean, back when it was MW2, you were thinking, "Oh, this is Infinity Ward. They made COD 4. This game's going to be probably better than it was."
Yeah.
But now,
totally.
But now when you think of it, you say it like this. Well, all right, new COD's coming out. I'll buy it. I'll play it. I'll see what happens.
I mean, with Infinity Ward as well, like, especially with how they did Modern Warfare 3 and then they did Ghost. I mean, the first trailer they revealed Ghost, it wasn't exactly brilliant, and
no, it wasn't.
Like
Yeah,
it was just like tactical surgeons and on a Ghost.
Then it was just like the different masks being like shown. Yeah,
I saw that, and I was, I wouldn't have minded if they would have brought, Simon Ghost Riley back from the, Modern Warfare 2. But yes, they brought back a dog, and then they
goddamn dog after him.
Right, and that's that that's kind of disrespectful, to Ghost, because he was a hell of a person in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
And also the fact that he's in the multiplayer and he's overpowered as well. Like I was watching a video by Drifter. I don't know if you guys know of him. He does like in-depth guns of all the CODs and everything like that. And he did a video of what was wrong with Ghost. I think it was like 2 parts and it was in part 1. And he showed that Riley is overpowered, and before he kills you, before he actually makes an attack on you, you're already dead.
Yeah, before he even hits contact. Yeah.
What I would have liked to seen is, I don't know, a perk called Struggler or something where you can fight back with the dog. Like the dog leashes on you, you can strangle him or something like that, just to balance it out.
Right.
I mean, I just personally do think the dog is far too overpowered and
yes, I would have to agree 100% on that.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's using this dog, and rather than having... rather than just having him as a 5th streak, I'd rather just have that Predator missile back.
Right, the Pred, the AC, all of them. I really feel like they just failed with literally everything in Ghost. The guns doesn't have a connection with anybody. The kill streaks are very, they don't have that oomph to them.
Well, when you possibly get a care package from Field Orders and you get a freaking chem strike in it.
Yeah, they just... I feel like they weren't thinking.
I mean, also, the fact is that if you look at the kill streaks, you look at Modern Warfare 2, when you played first Modern Warfare 2, you ran, UAV, Predator, Care Package, and Predator maybe, or UAV,
stock,
UAV, Predator Missile, or Harriers, or something like that. But when you learnt the game in the spawns, you were running Harrier, Chopper Gunner, and then Nuke, and it just felt amazing to get that Nuke. Even though you were losing the game, and you were just like, "Well, I just shat on you, sir. Sit down. This is my game.
Yeah.
And that's what the Nuke did. It ended the game and killed everyone. And
you just got total bragging rights right there. Hell, I ended the game.
With Ghost, it just the kill streaks don't match. They're rubbish, and I think one thing Infinity Ward have to stop doing is this specialist perk. They need to just take that out there. The specialist sports.
Nobody uses it.
I mean, I use the specialist on mine, and that's personally because the kill streaks, the assault kill streaks, for me, I just don't like them, and they're just rubbish. Like, what's that? I think it's like 12 kill streak or something. Is it the Loki or something like that?
The Lodestar?
No, that was on Black Ops 2.
I
think it might be the Loki. I don't know. Do you know it, David?
Yeah, it is called a Loki, I think.
No, I don't.
You remember on Modern Warfare 2 or on the older CODs, you got a 12 kill streak like that, like the Chopper Gunner. You were guaranteed to get 11 kills with that. You were guaranteed to get another Chopper Gunner from that.
I feel like too. I don't understand why with the whole SATCOM deal. I feel like, hell, it's such a big map and there's so much space in the sky. Why would you not put a UAV up there?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's been used to the UAV for years. I mean, why would you go and change it now when something's been set in place? Nobody complained about UAVs being in the sky or anything. It was just like, why would you tamper with something that isn't broken and nobody's complaining about or anything?
Here's the problem. Here's what I don't like about the StatCom. One, let's say we're on Strike Zone, for example. Smallest map in the game, even though it's pretty big. You got to think about this one. You're going to put a giant black box on the ground. Now, please tell me if this has happened. Most of this has to have happened to at least one of us. You put your SATCOM down. 2 seconds later, your SATCOM has been destroyed.
Yeah, that's happened to me on multiple occasions.
They have the ability to knife it and whatnot.
Yeah, and it goes down.
But
when there's a UAV in the air,
they have to go and shoot it with a stinger or, with an RPG if you're a good enough shot.
But here's the thing.
That's the thing as well with the launcher weapons not being able to lock on online. Because in Modern Warfare 3, pretty much, if you remember, the launching weapons that you had to take down, assault, air support and whatnot, you'd get rewarded, that would count as your kill streak. So pay blows and everything like that would just immediately go. You wouldn't get a pay blow that would last like 10 seconds, it'd be gone. Or, what was that? There was like 5 attack helicopters come in or something like that. In Modern Warfare 3, they just come in the air.
Strafe run.
Yeah, you get that, and people, you just get like so much XP in that.
Yeah.
And with Call of Duty Ghost, I just don't see why they chose the kill streaks that they did. I mean,
I feel like too they should have had more aerial kill streaks. I feel like they definitely should have had the AC-130 in there. They have a ton of room. I mean, example, what's the map with the castle on it?
Stonehaven?
Yes, Stonehaven. They have all that room there, all that open space. You can literally look up to the sky from everywhere on that map. I don't understand why they don't have an aerial kill streak, like an AC-130 or something, like that. Something that's, what's that one with, you go up in the sky, it's,
where you
it's
shoot. No, it's not that,
it has like an orange beam on it.
Yeah.
I
know which one you're talking about, but I don't play Ghost enough.
Yeah, I don't play it at all anymore.
Yeah, I don't play it anymore either.
But I feel like they should have just, thrown the AC-130 in there. Why not? Throw it as the top kill streak. Yeah, or something like that. They have so much room in those big maps, and they're not putting that in there, and they failed.
On the maps as well, like, I feel most of the maps are not like big. They're gigantic. They're huge. I'm pretty much like holding down my running button all the time. Running. What's that one map? Is it Siege? Where you can be in a team deathmatch and within 5 minutes in it, it's like 10-12 or 14-18 score-wise, and you're 5 minutes in the game.
It's like you're trying to. I know. It's like the maps are so large in Ghost. It's like you think it's like, wait a minute, did I put in the right game? I think I'm playing Battlefield.
Yeah,
definitely. But the thing with Battlefield is I haven't played Battlefield 4.
I have.
You two have, haven't you?
David actually doesn't. I have. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a train wreck. There are so many bugs and glitches.
Really?
It's
horrible.
horrible.
Even on the console version? I mean, I know there's glitches on the PC version.
It's terrible. I'm literally... I was playing it like a week ago, and I was on one of those jet skis. I was doing my thing. I'm bouncing up and down, trying to get to the flag to capture it. It wouldn't let me off. Literally, it would let me get off of the thing, but I couldn't leave the barrier of the jet ski. So
that's terrible, because like the game comes out in like October-ish, doesn't it? It comes out in every October or something.
I know.
It comes out a few weeks before COD.
Yeah, most of
EA rushed that game, but
they more than rushed it. I think they just threw it out there just to get ahead of Ghost. But
yeah,
I mean, I've played Ghost and I've played Battlefield. I'm going to tell you right now, Battlefield and Ghost, I think are. I know I like Battlefield more than Ghost this year, but I'm going to tell you right now, in Ghost, I love. Now I said this a couple times in Black Ops 2, but I don't say as much in Black Ops 2 as I do in Ghost. Where did he come from? I look at the spawn. He spawned right behind me.
They still haven't fixed that. I feel like Treyarch knows how to handle spawns. Like in Black Ops 2, there were broken spawns, but majority of the time, you were spawning by teammates, you were spawning away from the enemy. I mean, yes, there were a few times, and you obviously got the key making games where, like free for all or gun game or sharpshooter, where you are going to spawn by your enemy, because that's a solo game. You know, it's hard to add a decent spawn in. You know, it's hard to detect where to spawn because there's enemies everywhere. But with Ghost and the maps, I mean, I don't understand. Like, we may have asked for bigger maps, but we didn't ask for gigantic maps.
Yeah.
And I feel they needed to balance it out. They needed to have more small maps. I think there's only 2 small maps, which is the deserty type one and Strike Zone.
Yeah.
No, the deserted type one, like the sandy one where you can blow that petrol station coming down.
Yeah.
That's a relatively small, medium-sized map. But other than that, I can't really think of many maps that are small. But you know, talking about COD and future CODs, do you think Sledgehammer Games can make a good COD game? I mean, it's more than likely they will make Modern Warfare 4.
I would definitely, being a Modern Warfare fan, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've had fun on almost all the Call of Duties with Modern Warfare at the end of the name. So I would not mind seeing a Modern Warfare 4. I had fun on MW3. Yeah, like Steven said, it had its problems, but it was a pretty fun game. I definitely feel like it was a lot better than Ghost, could ever be.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Rubin, I feel like he's not doing his job like he needs to be.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, also touching on this Modern Warfare 3 versus Ghost, I kind of feel like even though Modern Warfare 3 had its problems with all like the death perks and everything like that, and Last Stand and everything like that, I'd rather put myself through that than play Ghost. Ghost just is more painful. Like, Ghost just gets me really annoyed. Like, you have to sprint, and then after you've sprinted around the map, you've got killed, and now you're spawning away from the battlefield. You've got to run again, and it's just a painful. I mean, even though they have this league play kind of thing set up with clan versus clan, the whole it's kind of stupid and it's kind of not, because they should have had a proper league play system implemented anyway, because the COD competitive side of thing kicked off in Black Ops 2. League play was almost as popular as any public,
and also, I feel like,
game mode.
Modern Warfare 3 in a lot of aspects knew how to, I know it might have been just everybody feels like, oh, it's just Modern Warfare 2.5. Yes, it definitely looks similar to Modern Warfare 2, but they did innovate a lot of things into the game. Drop Zone. They put a lot more game modes. Drop Zone, Infected. That's when Kill Confirmed came on the scene, and Kill Confirmed is around to this day. It's a very good game mode.
They also had that flag one, not capture the flag. There was this flag one where you could capture the flag and you held the flag until you...
Oh, that was Team Defender. Team Defender.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think...
Hey, guys, I just got a email from Sony just a second ago. Everything that has Call of Duty in it's going half price right now on the PS or on the PlayStation Store.
All right.
But talking about Modern Warfare 3, I kind of feel like they knew how to make a good game, but they didn't. They had a great picture in their head, but they didn't draw it right. It was missing color, it was missing certain things. And if Sledgehammer's making it, and a lot of people playing COD think Sledgehammer's going to be rubbish, but I actually don't, because they made Modern Warfare 3, they only made the campaign, they didn't really touch the multiplayer. That was Infinity Ward's job, so you can't blame them for that being that game bad.
Right.
And if you're going to have anyone work on a Modern Warfare series, you want someone who's had experience working with it. Would you rather someone who's had experience with the game and the campaign side of things that has a connection with the fans, because obviously price isn't there and everything like that, someone that understands how to make a pretty decent campaign. You don't want a brand new squad coming in, and I bet Sledgehammer have been working on this game for 2 years or so, and with the next gen as well coming out, the PS4s and the Xbox Ones, that they have more to work with. I think I was reading an article this week, and the amount of RAM they get allocated is 5 gigabytes. That's incredible, and I think Sledgehammer will make a good game. It's going to have issues because no COD's perfect. Everyone dislikes something in COD, but I'm quite intrigued to see where Sledgehammer can go. I certainly think they can change a lot of things, and they can make the Modern Warfare 4 better than MW3. And I do think because it's being aimed at the next gen consoles, it will be better for PC as well. Because Infinity Ward and Triage haven't really taken to heart with the PC, and that's probably because it's a console game. It's focused on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So because most of their gamers are on there, they have to target that, and the PC version's been held back so far, and also. It's just if they're going to be focusing on the next gen, because that's where most people will be at. But you'll probably will you two be playing it on the PS3 or PS4?
Probably PS3.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, the PS4 is for the value of it, it's not worth it because I'm paying $400 for a box that only has 500 gigs for a hard drive.
Wait, hang on. Can we get into this discussion later? Because if you're playing it on PS3, then you may have watched me announce a video that Moon Studios from Activision Blizzard is going to be tying in with the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version of Modern Warfare 4. They're working with Sledgehammer. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Sledgehammer is okay to do that?
I don't even know who Blizzard is.
Blizzard, they
is owned by Activision.
Yeah.
They make Blizzard made something.
Who they make?
They have a game, and I should know this, but they have a huge game. Is it World of Warcraft? Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is World of Warcraft.
Yeah, they made that. But do you think that that's a good move as well? I mean, talking about the PS4 and the Xbox One, I mean, obviously that with them making that game, it allows Sledgehammer to really take to heart with the next gen hardware, and it benefits that system. I mean, from that perspective, you see the positives because. Yeah, as much as you two are on PS3, you have to admit that the newer CODs now shouldn't be based at PS3 and Xbox 360. Now that newer consoles are out there, they shouldn't be based off them.
Well, the problem about that is, that's why I got a great example of this. NASCAR 14 was just released not that long ago. It was only released for the current gen consoles. Eutechnics, who's the developer of that game, said that we're not going to make a game where there's only, at the time when they came out, there was only 4 million people that had a PS4, and only 2.5 million that had an Xbox One.
Huh?
That's such low revenue, and 90% of those people aren't going to spend $60 to buy a NASCAR game. And that's, I mean, when there's 150 million PS3s out there, probably more Xbox 360s. That's why most game developers are still going for the past gen consoles, because that's where their revenue is going to come from. It's not going to come from next gen yet, but it will eventually.
I mean, I feel as if you're a game developer and you've got a brand new game coming out, so say you haven't had Call of Duty's coming out, people will buy it on whatever system they want, people will get it, and people will love it or hate it, but if you're a brand new developer, you're starting a game, you want to get it on the next gen system because it's your time to shine. You've got to make that game look beautiful. COD doesn't really need to be made look beautiful because, let's face it, every trailer that's recently came out after Modern Warfare 2 has looked amazing, and the game's been pretty much shit apart from Black Ops 2, really. For me.
Yeah, I mean, in some aspects, I feel like they should bring back some of the older CODs like COD 4 and W2 to the new, next-gen consoles because of the graphics on there. I mean, if you go in the COD 4 campaign, the graphics on some of those, and if you think about how it would look like on PS4, it would just look incredible. I mean, they did an outstanding job with the way they designed the campaign on both of those games, MW2 and COD 4.
And World at War had a good campaign as well. I feel like World at War gets a lot of hate because the campaign had a few bugs for like veteran players. Like a lot of people talk about some mission where if you play on veteran, you can't do a certain mission on veteran because you just constantly get fired grenades at or something like this.
Yeah, I think it's the mission where you're storming the beaches of Normandy, I think.
You know, World at War did have a really good mission. I kind of like that and everything like that. But if they were to bring the older CODs onto next gen, you know, even if they didn't sell it full price, I mean, all they have to do is, I'm not a game developer or anything like this, but I assume all they have to do is really config the commands so that it matches like the newer buttons that are coming in and everything like that. And like just give more HD texture, rescale it, you know.
Right.
I don't even care. Like I'd still rather have a Modern Warfare 2 game with like really bad one-man army thing in, and it be playable on PS4 rather than just play a hacked version on PS3. Like I don't even care if they fix anything. I just want to play that game with a more HD texture and no hacks. And all you have to do is convert it over to the Xbox One and PS4. That's it.
Right.
It's a money-making opportunity. You know how many people would buy that? Plenty. Like,
It would go nuts.
and the reason why... I was speaking to David about this last night, and I said the reason why they're not doing it is because they are scared, because everyone loves those CODs, and they know that if they bring them to the newer gen, no one's going to be playing the newer CODs because everyone just has a connection with COD 4 Modern Warfare 2. Every COD player loves those games, even though they had millions of hacks and glitches and problems wrong with it. You know, the model 1887 or whatever.
Yeah.
Fire that across the map. You know,
I mean, yeah. But still, you know, sum up your discussion about it. I mean, we would definitely rather have Modern Warfare 2 over Ghost any day. That's the fact about it.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. I mean, surely one person can rescale the game and just do that. You know, just give them a bit of extra money.
I mean, even too, I feel like they should, you know, like you're saying, they should put some effort into it. It's just they don't, feel like it, and they went in there to, fix that favela thing with the, what was it, the, some kind of writing on the bathroom. Yeah.
Let me go brief on this. There was this with the Muslim religion. There's a painting of something that was in favela, and you're not supposed to put it next to the toilet, which is what Infinity Ward did. Obviously a mistake. They didn't know. They probably don't have anyone in the Muslim community working on their game and everything like this, so they can't really know. What they did is they stuck it right near the toilet, and it wasn't noticed until about 2 years after, I think. I think it was Modern Warfare, when Modern Warfare 3 was out, they finally did it.
Yeah, some Muslims complained about it, and then they went in there and fixed it.
The Muslim religion was doing a lot of videos saying, we won't play this game anymore, we won't buy any future games. And, Infinity Ward were like, well, how big is the Muslim community? And more come in, and people who aren't against the Muslim religion start saying, look, you've got to fix this. They fixed that, but how dared they have the cheek to take that picture out, which basically doesn't do anything to fix a game, but fixes the issue with the religion-based kind of graphical thing. But if you're going to do something about the game, at least fix the game as well. It's just downright rude and cheeky, and I know they own the game and everything like that, but, I don't really imagine, like, if, let's say GTA, let's say Rockstar went back to Grand Theft Auto 4, and there was an issue with, a car tire or something, and they fixed that. I can't really imagine them just putting all that money out there, because you have to pay you have to play Sony and Microsoft to put a patch out anyway. Surely you want to make it worth it, like the money. So hey, look, we've had an issue with this game. We've had feedback. We want to improve this. We're going to improve that, and we're going to fix this issue.
Yeah.
Like that's the way to go about it. And for them just to do that is totally wrong. But they know hacks are on there. They just don't choose to be doing anything. But moving on to more COD topics, would you, Treyarch, they have their standalone zombies and
Right.
everything like that. Would you like a standalone zombie game? Because what happened is a guy on Twitter said that standalone zombie game is going to be awesome, and Treyarch favorited it. Now we know that Treyarch seems to troll people on Twitter with their CODs. Like the zombie team just says, "What could this be?" and everything like this, and everyone puts two and two together and tries to combine it to zombies or multiplayer and everything like that. And it's like Sergeant Frank Woods, he said Black Ops 3 next COD and everything like that. Would you take a standard zombie game, say if it came out next year and then Black Ops 3 came out, would you be happy with that? Are you a zombie player? Are you interested in that at all? Or?
Me personally, I'm not really a big zombie player. I'm just more of a multiplayer person. I wouldn't mind it at all, really. I mean, I think they already proved themselves with, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 for some people and whatnot. I would definitely take a standalone zombies game. Steven, what's your views on it?
Treyarch making a single zombies game. Alright, let me put that into perspective. I'm going to compare that to, let me make a good example of that. Treyarch making a standalone zombie game is like Apple making an actual changeable iPhone. It will probably...
Some people like it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
Most people are going to hate it. But then again, it will probably never happen. I mean, you got to think about this one. You got to make a standalone zombie game. What are you going to do to fill that content? I wouldn't mind seeing it. But
here's how I go about it. Is I don't know if you guys will know, but a lot of zombie people on YouTube, they do a thing called custom zombies, and this is World at War PC. And what you can do,
they make their own maps and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, if they had a game like that where you could essentially link your profile up and put custom maps in on the computer, and then you go on PS3 or PS4 or the Xbox, whatever. You go on there and you can access that. You can play that map and you can do whatever you like. And it was just a basic of that, and Treyarch just put a map pack out every so often.
And I feel like, too, if they made a standalone zombies game, they could put a lot more work into, the zombies specifically, just make a straight zombies game, because they have a lot of disk space, It's just standalone zombies, use it all.
Also, if they were to do it and it came out this year, that they have an understanding of how the next-gen hardware works and everything like that and what works well, so... Zombies is obviously going to improve a lot when Treyarch's next game comes out. It's going to be something key because there are a lot of people that do prefer Treyarch over Infinity Ward because of their side game zombies and everything like that. And it's great to play. It's more fun to play, but I don't know if I'd like it to happen because I personally love zombies, and it's something I wish that was available on every COD, and it just had different maps and everything like that. But it can't. It's Treyarch's thing. But if you can't really do it in a standalone game, it's hard and whatnot. But I feel as if they did, it would have to have some sort of customization where you could bring in your own maps and whatnot, and that would be really cool to do that.
I definitely think that all could be a possibility. What everybody just said right there, that could definitely be a possibility. I mean, because think about it, they would have a ton of room just to work with everything.
Wouldn't have to worry about a campaign. Wouldn't have to worry about anything. Just make a multiplayer full zombies game. But here's the thing: they should have 2 or 3 people literally modding the game. 2 or 3 people modding the game and putting customized maps like what the people want to see.
Yeah. Totally.
Like put out a few of them like every week. Just come out with like 2 or 3 new maps every week.
Where you basically just hit it up online and they say, here's what we've been working on, here's 4 maps, and you download it and you put it on a file or something on a USB stick and copy it into your game data save or whatever, or you go online and you just link it up and it says, would you like to insert this map and everything like that. I mean,
well, no, you ain't even got to do that. I mean, have literally...
Or a store where you can download, you mean like where they upload it on the store and you can just download maps and whatnot?
Yeah, like code a page into the game where you can download a map that they upload.
Right.
Yeah. Or if they had a thing where, remember in Black Ops, if they had a tool on PC where you can make your own map, and then you remember in Black Ops how you used to be able to go in theater mode and you used to be able to play other people's games?
Yep. I remember that.
Do that, and you could browse all your maps in there and do that. That'd be really cool. But do I think they will? If they did, it would have to be a game at half price. It would have to be like $25 or something like that.
Yeah, $25, $30.
You can't make a Pacific full game because you're gonna have zombies anyway in your next game. But I think maybe when COD does die down and everyone's not liking it, maybe they'll have their own standalone zombie because they have something like that on COD Online. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Chinese first. Yep.
Yeah, and they want that to come to the other parts of the world and everything like that in the future, but I think personally that's the way to end the COD series. For example, and COD does eventually die, and it will eventually die because the way it's going right now, it's going downhill. The only way it will restore is by letting other people develop it and everything like that.
I think would be would be a big help too. I mean, maybe it wouldn't, help them with their sales, but I think a good idea would be to have a beta to work out some of the problems within the game right off the bat. I mean, yeah, it might alter somebody's opinions on whether they want to buy the game or not, but it would definitely help out with fixing the problems in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
people can put their input into it. They could, they can make a whole big community thing about it. And
that's what happened with Titanfall. Titanfall released a beta, and a lot of people got back to them with feedback. It was only open for, I think it was 4 days, or maybe 5 days. And a lot of people got back to them, and they've improved the game so much. And I actually asked Respawn, I got the beta, and I was like, after playing the beta, most of my games I was lagging because I had to play in the US. What are the servers going to be like? And they said, well, when it launches, there will be plenty of servers available. And that's all because of beta. I brought the game because the beta played so well. But I think Call of Duty needs a beta because it would fix these broken spawns on day one. It would fix the hit detection. It would finalize a lot of problems and everything like that. But talking about a standalone zombie game, if they did do it, it'd be pretty cool. If they don't, then obviously you're going to expect a really good improvement. I expect them to share RAM-wise, if they get 5 gig, I expect 2.5 on zombies and 2.5 with the multiplayer pretty much. But do you want to go back to Ghosts? I feel like we didn't touch on the Devastation and the Onslaught map packs. Do you want to discuss about that, or you're not really?
I'm not really too familiar with the new map packs, but I mean, you kind of be shooting into the dark. But I mean, if you want to,
I just want to say, like, if you're gonna bring, for me personally, it looks pretty certain that they're going to bring a map pack back from the older CODs, each map pack, and that's what Treyarch did. But I feel every single map that has been brought back so far from both side of teams have been rubbish, and they've wrecked the map. And for me personally, if you're going to bring back a map that's already been in a game, it should be free, like Terminal was in Modern Warfare.
I feel Terminal, when they brought it back, that was amazing. They didn't touch really anything except for a couple very small things, but the map itself was exactly the same as it was when it left,
Yeah.
So
pretty much. So, but I mean, have you both seen the newest trailer for the new map pack that is coming out on? I think it's April the 3rd. Have you seen the trailer?
I saw that trailer. Now,
What do you think of Dove? Like, let's not talk about the other map packs.
right. When I
We don't play Ghost, so we don't really care what's going to be put in. But let's talk about Dome, okay? So Strike Zone is a remake of Dome. It's a remake of Dome's map base, so we already know that. So it's already technically in the game.
right.
But they've totally remapped Dome. What are your thoughts on that? It doesn't look anything like Dome in my eyes.
Really, I feel like it's, kind of like these days when they make, sequels of movies, they're trying to make more money off of something and just ruining it. And they need to think about stuff very, very hard before they go and bring back a map and see, there's a lot of people who did a reasonable job bringing back, maps like Treyarch with bringing back that map called Hazard on Black Ops 1 from World at War. They did a great job on that, but Infinity Ward seems to not understand how to make a decent remake. So
they go over the top. What I've noticed
Yeah.
in Infinity Ward, a lot of their maps are brownish and dullish and not colourful. You look on Treyarch, you've got beautiful colours, mixed range of colours, but I mean, just to wrap it up quickly with the Dome thing, I see this. They've added this extinction thing coming in. That to me is going to be annoying and pointless. And is it? I think it's on Dome as well, where you get random aliens spawning, or that's from one of them. And it's like they're just ruining the game with all this, the briefcase challenges. They're just wrecking the game. They're just going over the top with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no point to that.
Okay, so moving on. Okay, so YouTube, we're all of us three are PS3s. Fanboys. We support Sony and everything like that. We prefer Sony, but out of the next gen consoles, and we've had a lot of abuse from Xbox people saying, "Oh, we get COD DLC first. We get this. Ours looks better. Ours runs better. Everything like this." But now, to me, it looks the PS4 is more powerful and has the upper hand. Which one do you prefer? Is there a chance that you may get both in your life, or are you definitely going to get one console? What are you getting, the PS4 or the Xbox One?
I would definitely have to say the PS4. It might not be this year, but maybe next year I might get it. It's definitely, I feel like it's a more solid console. They give you a better deal for your money. Overall, even with the PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live is good. I've had an Xbox 360. It's all right, but without
I had
with
Xbox 360 as well.
you know
Gave it away.
without Live, it's really useless. Yeah,
You have live to do everything. You need to
but yeah. I feel like PlayStation Plus gives you a much better deal for your money.
PlayStation Plus gives you free games and free exclusives with discounts and everything on the PlayStation Store.
The thing is that everyone who is an Xbox player they'll look at PlayStation Plus and they're like, yeah, you may get free games, but they're crap games, and they're not. Like,
They're indie games. They're trying to promote.
Well, no, they're not indie games. I've got just this month. I got Brothers of Two Sons, which isn't that good of a game, but I got Tomb Raider. I got Borderlands 2 last month.
Borderlands is an amazing game. So
Borderlands is an amazing big game, and there's also like 50 games where I have a full game trial. I can play the game until I complete it trial, and I don't have to buy the game at all. I have a full game. Because you know when you get these like demos and they only last like 2 hours. But with PlayStation Plus, there's games like Battlefield, Grand Theft Auto, everything like this, where you get a full trial of the game. You don't have to purchase it, and you don't have to. You don't get 2 hours. You get full game purchase. You get the full game trial. You get a full game trial. It's amazing. The PS4 is more powerful. It plays better. And I look at the Xbox One, and I see a lot of people just buying that just for Titanfall.
right.
Everything like this. But they do have some exclusive. They have Plants vs Zombies and everything like this.
Wow.
But
That game
most of
is.
yeah, but I'm just saying it's an exclusive that some people may like. They got the Forza as well, but And I also read an article last week, and this is why I hate Microsoft, and this is why I would hate to just have them as my console. Now, they're good in software, so everything normally runs okay with them. But one thing they did really bad with the Xbox 360 is they sold their marketplace advertisements.
Oh yeah.
For sure, yeah.
I feel that that's what failed, really. Like, the Xbox One, the Xbox 360 story may have been more popular in gaming-wise, but I would have hated to have a dashboard full of advertisements. And I read an article last week that in America, Microsoft has sold a bunch of political adverts, and people who have an Xbox One are going to get politician adverts on their marketplace.
Well, they can have some good luck with that. Holy shit.
Well, here's the thing. Think about this one. Think about this. When the think
When
about
they
this.
announced it, it
Well,
was terrible. When they
Yeah.
first announced it, it was terrible and everyone hated it. And then they changed it, and now people still hate it. It doesn't make any sense that it's a less powerful console, but it sells more than the PS4. Like, it's higher. Why? What? Like, the PS4 is better and it's cheaper than something. If something isn't as good as the product that it's marketing against, it should be lower. That's like saying an iPhone 3G should be like £500 as well, the same as the 5S. You know, it may not be as good as the 5S, but it still works. It's still there. You know, it's just you wouldn't do that. So the fact that it's valued so high by Microsoft, and hardly any game developers have managed to get 1080p on their games on there. It's all 920 or 960 or whatever, all stretched and everything like that. It's just not good. It's, you know, when you're top of a console range for like 4, 5, 6 years, you know, you would have thought you would be wanting to focus on another gaming console, but no, they focused on an entertainment system, and that's where it's going to fail.
well, here's the thing. Here's a couple reasons why I don't like Microsoft. One, Microsoft makes shit computers. I hate Windows. And I had an Xbox myself, and this is a horror story that I got to fight Microsoft with, and I also have another point to bring up. So, with Microsoft, I put my grandmother's credit card in to buy a year of Xbox Live for my Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, I don't use
I
that.
think I know what you're going to talk about now.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
So I used that Xbox for like 3 weeks, and right now it's like sitting in a drawer and collecting dust. It's not even doing anything. And I tried to take my credit card off of my Microsoft account so it wouldn't renew in June or July when it has to renew. It would not let me take it off unless I would pay another $60 by using a card, buying the card to buy Microsoft Live.
I had a situation like that as well. I used to own an Xbox 360 before I got a PS3, and my dad purchased online on there, and he left his credit card in, and he didn't click a box or anything. There wasn't anything that says automatically renew my Xbox Live. They took money out of his account when my Xbox Live ran out without even letting him know. They took funds available to purchase my online. They didn't even ask if I wanted that.
Right.
It just seemed terrible, and the fact that you could stand the Xbox 360 up, and if you knocked it slightly, it'd break your games. Like,
Yeah, I mean, hell, what the...
game, you can put a game in the PS3 and you can throw it around, and it won't even scratch.
But no, as soon as you could even just poke it with your finger.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Xbox and
Yeah.
I mean, what's funny to me is when I bought the console, I looked on the front of it. It says, you know, don't move console while game is running, and I was like, wow, man, that's bad. That's really bad.
The 3 rings of death as well. I mean, I know Sony has its own faults, and my PS4 broke 6 days after I got it, but I got a brand new one from Sony. But there are always going to be issues. But like the red light of death, like, it just seems so bizarre. Like, I see a lot of solutions that you put it in a towel in the freezer and it fixes it, and everything. It's just like so bizarre.
Yeah.
But let's wrap it up. The PS4 is personally the better gaming experience. If you're an entertainment system player, you'll that thing's going in your living room, get an Xbox One. Also, the PlayStation has this PlayStation Now thing, which this has probably interested you, David, because a lot of PS1 and PS2 games are going to be streamable on PS3. That's coming out this year in North America.
Right.
And you basically you rent and you stream and everything like that. But
This is
well,
here we go. I got something that's a little bit off topic, but I want to explain. I'm not trying to go on a 2-hour rant, but I just want to take five minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to rant to Astro Gaming. Okay? Now, I bought a pair of 2013 Astro A40s back in February of 2013.
Okay, how much are they? Because Astros are really, really high priced. Tell me how much they are.
I paid $250 for those Astros.
Brand new.
Brand new,
right?
Brand new.
From Astro. Where'd you buy them from?
GameStop.
Astro Studio? GameStop, okay.
Yeah.
So, carry on with your story.
So, and David, you can back me up on this. So, I get it, I'm all excited. Like, oh yeah, I can use this with by the time I didn't have an Xbox. So, I said, oh, I can use this with an Xbox, my PC, and I can use my PlayStation. All right. It's like the all-in-one headset. All right. So then I plug in my PlayStation, I get it all set up. I go in. It doesn't work for shit. The mic's cloudy. It's quiet. It sounds like I'm like a rock fell on me. I'm trying to scream from it. So I put it away, and then I bring it back out when I get my Xbox. So I didn't have any headsets compatible for my Xbox and my Astros. Plug it in, crystal clear, nothing's wrong with it.
Wow.
It's perfect.
I mean, they do say that they focus highly on Xbox, but when you pay that much for, it's wired, right?
Yeah.
Is it wired or wireless?
It's wired.
It's wired, yeah.
So the fact that it's wired, it should work with all components that it puts out there, and it should be working all handy dandy. But they focus these headsets on the Xbox 360 and everything like that. But they say to people, look, this headset also works on PC and PS3. What they should do is they say this headset is more of a Xbox 360 gaming headset, but it can slightly work on PS3 and PC. Have you tried it on PC?
I have not tried it on PC. I know they give you a splitter with it.
Yeah.
But so recently I've been trying to get my Astros working again because my Sony headset, which I'm using right now, it's falling apart. I mean, the ear cuffs are starting to rip because I've gotten some good use out of it. This is a really good made headset. And, I want to start using my Astros because I spent $250 on them. They're sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah,
I don't want to...
I mean, have you tried asking Astro? Have you tried contacting them or asking GameStop for a refund?
Well, the problem is it was way past I started looking up back this about a month ago. It was way past that I could take it back. But, so I contacted Astro, and I said, I'm having a problem with my A40s. The mic quality is terrible. So they said, we're going to send you a new inline mute cable, and we're going to see if that fixes it, which is the cable that plugs into the headset and then plugs into the mix amp, which comes with the Astros. Didn't fix nothing. So,
So did you contact them again?
I had to talk to 5 people to get a goddamn answer. I
assume you were doing this on the phone and you were paying like £1.50 per minute or $1.
No, Astro doesn't even have a phone that you can call.
Do they not?
You got to email them, and their email service is terrible. I had to respond back to one of my Astro representatives that I've been talking to right now, and I won't get another response for 2 days. That's how slow it is.
What you should say is you should tell them what's going on and everything like this, and you should basically make them give you a brand new headset. Like tell them.
I mean,
because they can't sell a broken product. They can't advertise a product.
I mean I have
work on a system. I mean, I don't know how good it is in good condition, but I assume it's in practically brand new with just a few scratches or something on there. Okay, so not even that, and
it's like it came out of the box.
Yeah, so the fact that they've marketed this product to work on PS3, and if anyone else has had an issue with Astro, is it A40s?
Yeah, 2013
A40s.
A40s.
If anyone else has got this far, if you've had a problem with this on PS3, put it in the comments, and I just want to see if this is a familiar issue. And if you know any solutions, then put it in the comments. But what I would do, Stephen, is I would be absolutely
Oh, I'm pissed.
off. It's because they're meant to be the best headset for gaming. They're meant to be the most equalized headset in like sound,
Well,
and you can really good sound. All the pros use it and everything like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much gotten a whole new headset. I've sent back every cable. I've gotten new cables for everything. I sent back the mix amp. I got a new mix amp back. I've had.
Do you think it's just a port on PS3, maybe?
No, it's not that.
I feel like the way they make them for, most of the people, if you notice, if you look on,
they focus on the popular system. They focus on the one that works.
They look at the people on Xbox mostly. I feel like a lot of people, just for example, people on YouTube, they use Astros for Xbox. I mean, I don't really see too many people
This is a thing as well,
using it for PS3. I see a lot of people on the Turtle Beach side using it for PS3, and then people using Astros for Xbox. But I feel like I have a pair of Turtle Beach PX5s. I paid $200 for them at GameStop. They work great. But the only thing I feel like Turtle Beach needs to work on is their comfortability in their headset. They need to work on a lot because, I've tried on Steven's Astros before and they're very comfortable. The PSN mic is very comfortable. But the way Turtle Beach makes their headset, I feel like it's too tight. It's, too tight for somebody with a different size head. Like the PSN headset, the way it's designed, it's an over-the-ear headset. It's oversized. So really it's comfortable to anybody with any shape, size head.
And I also feel that I've got Triton's 720 Plus 7.1 surround sound, and I got them from Amazon. Amazon, highly ranged online shopping. You a brand new product basically just from Amazon's warehouse sold by them, and they work great on PS3 and PS4. But I think also the issue is that the way Call of Duty is made on the PS3 as well, especially with the older cards. You can go back on Modern Warfare 2, you put a headset in, it sounds terrible. Like it just
yeah,
it's terrible.
I mean, it's not with this mic issue. It's not just a Call of Duty.
It's not with the headset. It's with the PlayStation itself.
I don't think it's... No, I definitely think it's the headset. Because Astro, every time they release a headset, there's some type of problem with them. I got these A40s as soon as they came out. And I know GameStop had the one with problems. Every time.
You on your channel, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a review of it, but that's the thing. Back then, I had an old iPhone 4, it wouldn't have But the thing about it is, whenever a friggin' headset comes out from Astro, there's a shit ton of problems with it. The A40s come out, has the problem that I'm having. A50s come out, Bluetooth doesn't want to connect. The Astro A38s, I know those have some type of problem.
I mean, talking about headsets, I think a lot of people just rush them because Astro is such a big company, so when Astro brings something out brand new, everyone just assumes it fully works. And I just believe that companies shouldn't just rush products out there just because, actually, when Astro released the product, what's their main competitor? Is it Turtle Beach?
Turtle Beach. Yeah, Turtle Beach and Astro really go at it. I mean, Turtle Beach have been making headsets a little bit longer than Astro has, but I mean, they have more experience with the way the mic sounds within a console than I feel Astro does. But Astro makes a specific, comfortable headset. I mean, if you pick those headsets up, they weigh little to nothing. They're really good,
With the Tritons are really comfortable as well, and I love my Tritons and everything like that. Funny story about my Tritons is I actually I brought them from Amazon, and I couldn't get them shipped first class. You know how much I was off? 1 penny.
Really?
1 penny. Yeah, I was a penny off from getting it shipped first class. I was at 1 penny off.
Hmm.
It's like totally.
Well, that's not good.
1 penny off. That was it. Like it was just god. But moving on, let's talk about Minecraft. Now, you two have never played Minecraft until it came out on PS3. Did you watch Minecraft videos before on YouTube? Or?
Yes.
I used to watch when Syndicate used to do a lot of Minecraft, but
yeah, he
White
does
Boy
that.
7th Street, yeah.
Oh yeah, the White Boy 7th Street fails at Minecraft. You know.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But Syndicate does the Minecraft project and everything like that. And I used to watch. I normally watch Captain Sparkles and Syndicate and everyone that like that. But I played Minecraft. It's a really fun game on PC. There's a lot more you can do with it on PS3. But it comes out on PS3, and I'm gonna say you two seem to be on it pretty much every day.
yeah, oh definitely. It's
You
it's
two love
a
it.
it's a fucking addicting game. There's no shit about it. I mean,
Yeah, it's like you can't, once you get on it, you can't get off of it.
yeah, it's like you're mining for drugs. It's like, oh shit, there's fucking crack under the floor.
Steven, do you know about? David's got that survival world up.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And I joined him the other night. This is my first game on there, and I come to his house, gives me like an iron pickaxe and everything like that, and I take torches, steal a bit of Nate's coal and whatnot to make torches, and I'm mining away, and he's like, I've got 20 odd diamonds, and I'm like, dude, I'm on 50 something. And he's like, what the fuck are you on? I'm there on my first go, mining. I'm there with like three and a half stacks of iron and 50 something diamonds and so much coal, and I'm level 30. It's my first night on there. I've already got an enchanted pickaxe. My second day on there yesterday, I got an enchanted sword. You know, I'm pretty set to go. And I know what to do in Minecraft and everything like that, but there's so much you can do.
Yeah,
with it.
Smithy, I was on there today, and I was strip mining on there and whatnot. And I was going one way, and I found all these long-ass hallways that are like going back and to back, and I just kept on going through and found these long strips. Now, was that you mining through my mountain?
Yep.
You fucker. Yeah.
Well, here we go. I got something for everybody. Now, when Minecraft came out on the PS3, when I actually first saw Minecraft, I saw to myself that it was the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Why would you want to play a game where you're building blocks, or you're using blocks to make friggin' structures? How stupid is that? And then so pretty much the Minecraft PS3 version comes out, and then David says, "Oh, you should get it," and then Mike, buddy of ours, Mike, he said, "You should get it." I'm like, "All right, I'll get it. God, it's only $20. It's cheap." So I got it on there, and I'm like, "This shit's stupid." So then I started playing. I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh, goddamn, this shit's fun."
Yeah, I mean, I played it on PC, and the first time I played it on PC, I didn't know there was any other blocks, because all I was seeing was dirt, so I built an entire fucking mansion out of dirt. So hard, and I go on Skype with someone, I'm like, come look at my house, so I'm there sharing my screen, and I've just got this massive dirt mansion, and it's really big. It's like got dirt all in there. There's dirt staircases. There's dirt everything. There's dirt floors. Absolute huge mansion on dirt. It's and he's just like, you do know there's other blocks. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah. There's tons of blocks you can build with, and like ever since then, I've watched YouTube videos on Minecraft and everything like this. CNanners is the one that populated it.
Yeah, CNanners. I love watching CNanners. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he does awesome videos, but a lot of people do Minecraft, and Minecraft deserves the recognition it gets. It's now the third most ever selling PC game.
mean, it's not like it might hit the first. You never know.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because the good thing about Minecraft is when you buy a game, you always presume it's completely done. There's nothing more than what they can do with the game. You know what they wanted. The main focus, what they wanted to do, is already out there. But Minecraft can do so much. They can add more animals. They release a snapshot every week. They improve that. They improve the PC version so much, and the PS3 version is so far behind in version-wise. But just from the PS3 version, I was reading that in the next update, there's going to be a teleport thing in survival for PS3, so you can teleport around the world.
Oh, that'll be useful.
Yeah, but you know, Minecraft, you know, it's a really fun game. I highly recommend you want to play it on PC because you can install mods on there. You can pretty much do a lot of things, and it's so goddamn good.
Well, I got a computer now that I can actually run Minecraft.
Yeah, the Mac runs it as well. We should get a server up sometime, but...
Yeah, all I can say is hashtag fuck Windows.
Do you want to talk about Titanfall a bit at all? Or?
I don't really know too much about Titanfall because I haven't...
Yeah, have you watched any of my Titanfall gameplays?
I actually have not.
What about the betas?
I actually have not watched anything. The only thing I watched of Titanfall is probably the trailer back at E3.
Okay, so David, you've watched the gameplay. You've watched a few, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll be honest with Titanfall. Everyone says it's a COD killer. It's not a COD killer. Is it fun? It's fun to an extent.
Well,
you get bored of it easily because everything's about Titan. They don't have a pilot-only mode and everything like this. And will it be a COD killer? No, it's not a COD killer. It's really not.
I can already say it's not a COD killer because, one, it's only released on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, but the reason they released it on the Xbox is because they were a new company and they didn't have the money to make a huge studio, and Microsoft offered to put their servers online. So they signed a deal with Microsoft to fund that, but they've already said that they won't rule out a PlayStation version of the game later on in its life cycle.
Well, if the PlayStation version would come out, then there's a good possibility.
I would definitely play it on PlayStation for sure. I would play it over Ghosts any day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just watching, some of your gameplays, it just looks extremely fun,
It is fun because you can parkour and everything like that, but it gets boring. It gets to an extent of where it's the same shit every day, every game, because no matter what game mode you play, it only has 5 game modes. It has a team deathmatch, which is exactly team deathmatch. You have search and destroy. You have capture the flag. You have hardpoint domination, which is just domination. Then you have another team deathmatch where only pilot kills count. So pilot kills is what you are, like your soldier, basically, and that only counts. So there's it's pretty boring. There's not really many balances out. There's no hardcore or private matches or anything you can do, and it gets boring because there's Titans in every single one of those game modes, and it's just the same shit. Prepare for Titanfall. So they definitely need to add more game modes in there, but it's good and it's bad. But moving on to topic, GTA 5 coming to next gen. Rockstar is set to announce this in June at E3 that either Rockstar, that GTA 5 is coming, or that Bully 2 is coming. Now, I loved Bully. Bully was an amazing game.
Oh, I love that game. It was such a great game. I actually had it on the PS3.
Yeah, I've got it on PS3. Well, I've got a Let's Play going on right now. We're in episode 2. So go check that out if you're new here. But Bully 2 would be amazing. And the guy that wrote GTA 5 storyline is the creator of Bully anyway. He did the storyline in that, and he wants a Bully... he wants a new Bully game out there. Now, if Rockstar...
so does... they want a new Red Dead 2 out.
Yeah. Yeah, so... talking about it, is a GTA 5 coming to the next gen systems? Is that something you'd be interested in? Like when you got the next gen systems, GTA 5, would you get it? I mean, personally for me, I think if they bring it to the next gen, I think they've got to improve something. They've got to bring something brand new.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I was bored probably a month after GTA 5 came out.
Yeah.
I just got so bored because it's the same shit. You kill people.
Have you been on it since?
I have no reason to be on it. What? It's the same shit every day.
See, the only thing I really liked about it,
Get more missions and jobs and everything, but I'll let you speak, Devin, then I'll tell you what I don't like.
I liked a big portion of the campaign. I haven't even finished the campaign. I'm still working on GTA 4's campaign too. But I really liked the GTA 5 campaign. They had a lot of, new attributes to the game and whatnot. They even have, implemented Grove Street into there, and that was something I thought was pretty neat. Um, the the thing is with the multiplayer, I got, same thing like Steven, I got bored with it because it was, like a month and a half after it came out. It was just like, when are they going to bring something new? So I just was like, well, I don't really want to play this anymore because, you take like, I don't know, maybe, I want to say maybe 6 minutes at the most or something to turn the game on to get online and everything.
Yeah, it takes a while. But they just released a business update which added new cars and missions and everything like this. But when I play GTA Online, it's just like I always seem to get in a lobby of a faggot that's always trying to kill me, always tries to shoot me, and every time I spawn, he kills me. That's boring, and eventually the racing gets boring, and there's only so much fun you can have with the gun. Yeah, it's cool that now they have a system where you can actually make your own racing tracks.
Yeah, I really thought that was very, very good that they brought that in there.
Right. So you can create your own racing tracks and everything like that. That's really cool and everything like that. But if it comes to the next-gen game consoles, which I presume it will because it's just too big of a game to miss, I feel like we can't wait another 5 years without no GTA.
I mean, I feel like it would be incredible on the new consoles. I mean, they have a ton of room. I guarantee it would be faster loading up.
Well,
So
yeah, they have a ton of things they can do, but what I would do is if they do miss out and they don't bring it and they bring Bully 2, fantastic, or Red Dem, go for it. But for me, the ultimate GTA game would be to have every map and every island of all the GTA games put in one game.
yeah, that would be great.
Have all the characters like Tommy Vercetti, who the fuck's that? Like Vice City, and then you get in that car, that Michael Jackson song. Ooh.
Oh God.
But yeah. So what do you think about Sony's virtual gaming headset? Now, you two may not know, but have you heard of a product called the Oculus Rift?
Yes, I actually saw an article on that.
Now, I'm not familiar. Is it the one with like it looks like a band going around the front of your eyes? Is that one?
What it is the Oculus Rift is a headset and something you put over your eyes.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Converted into like a 3D game and whatnot. And it makes it a lot better. And Sony are making their own for the PS4. I just wanted to talk about this because do you really think that's going to work? I mean, I don't think it will work because with the PC, you can always upgrade your software. With the PS4, you're stuck with what's in the PS4.
Yeah, I feel like too the price point of that thing specifically would be very, very high. I mean, the way I think of it is 3D virtual, speakers in the ears and the whole thing over the eyes. I mean, hell, it'd probably cost at least $350.
I'm also
price point.
concerned about I feel as if you were to buy that, I also feel like in the future there'll be a lot of health warnings. I think that if you play too much 3D, wouldn't that damage your eyes?
Yeah, it could also give you possible seizures if you have epilepsy.
Everything like that.
Yeah.
But I feel it being a very health warning consistent. But Sony does well with cameras and everything like that, and maybe they'll do well with this, but I don't see many people developing it. I see people thinking it's a cool product, but them just being like, it's a cool product, but it's not something that completely
you gotta
say, or it's a must-have.
Yeah, think about this one. Look at when Apple released the iPhone 5S and the 5C. I mean, everybody said, "What is
5C was a cool product, and it was
5C?"
it was like
5C was a piece of shit. And
yeah, it's a piece of shit, but it was a cool product. Like the fact that you can have a colored iPhone.
It was a more personalized product, but it was the same stupid thing. That's what it was. But it was to appeal to the the cheaper audience, like the teenagers. I mean, why would they make it colorful? Hell, to appeal to the teenagers.
more like kids, but
Well, teenagers, kids in this world, whoever. But and then the price point of it too. I felt like they were focusing on that younger audience. $99 for the 5C is a pretty reasonable price. For that phone, which is pretty much like the iPhone 5 in a plastic casing.
yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Is like I'm one of these people that when I get an iPhone, I put it in a case anyway.
Right.
So the fact that I could have a colourful case, but I'm going to put it in a case anyway, it's pointless.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's a very stupid phone. I mean, the 5S is it was a good run, but I really think, they should have just kept with the metal design of or the, aluminum metal design of the iPhone 5 when it first came out.
I mean, speaking of Apple, and I didn't have this on the topic of the list, but the iPhone 6, now, the iPhone 6 will probably be the next iPhone that comes out this year, unless they're going to call it something else, of course, but, I always feel like ever since Steve Jobs died, Apple's gone downhill with their products. The phones are still good. They've implemented Siri, and that works and everything like that, and the way iOS 7 is, everyone hated it at first, but now everyone loves it, and everything like this, but they're not doing anything good.
I feel like definitely Tim Cook, him making, eventually they're probably going to be making that sapphire glass announcement and whatnot. They're doing very small little adjustments to Apple, but the more they keep going this forward direction, and if they step on a tile that has a cracked piece of glass, they're going to fall through. They need to make stuff. There's nobody like Steve Jobs. Let's just put that right there. Steve Jobs was a fucking genius. Let's just be fair, but they're not really going to go anywhere right now. I feel they're at a standstill at what they're doing. I mean, since Steve died, they haven't really done anything big since they made the Mac Pro, the new Mac Pro, which is great. That thing is a machine. They had the MacBook Pro, the Retina. Yeah, that's great and everything. But Steve was around. I'm pretty sure when the Retina came out, when it first debuted.
Actually, it wasn't. It was 2012 at WDC. I think that's when they
was it
the first MacBook Pros with the Retina display.
Was it? Yeah, 2012.
Yep.
Well, Steve, he definitely innovated with a lot of things with the iPad and whatnot. So, but right now, I just feel like they're at a standstill. That's my view on Apple. And if they keep doing these things that they're doing, they're not going to go anywhere, and it's just going to ruin the company eventually. It's just a matter of time. That's all.
Well, here's my views on Apple right now. Apple is, I'm agreeing with David, they're at a standstill. They got no ideas. They have nothing new. But here's the thing. For some odd reason, and I got this from, and David showed this to me from Techno Buffalo, and what was it, the holiday quarter or the whole year? I wasn't sure.
It was, I'm pretty sure it was the holiday quarter. Apple products outsold Windows products at the holiday quarter.
I mean, that's including the Macs, your iPhones, iPads, iPods.
Yeah, Apple products, all of them.
But the thing is that I look at Samsung and I look at their phones and I see them getting better, and every phone they make is better. And
yeah, I
totally
agree. I totally agree.
I look at Apple and I'm just like, well, all you did was just change the size of the screen or just bring something new to iOS. You're not implementing anything new. You know how poor Bluetooth is on the iPhone? Why isn't there, the Bluetooth should be amazing. Remember when people used to have Bluetooth and infrared on the phone and they used to send songs to each other?
Right.
you can't officially use the actual Bluetooth on the iPhone. It's pointless. It's broken.
See,
They haven't touched upon it, and I haven't seen Apple do anything real good. I mean, what they did good with the 4S, with the 4S, what they did is the headphones they brought for the 4S, or maybe the 5. You know the one that's actually go in your ear. I see they being a bit better, but personally, all they've changed is iOS 7. They haven't brought something new to it.
right, that they haven't even really changed the design that much since the iPhone 4. It still has that very flat bezel on the phone.
These. I'm surprised Apple haven't done
The watch.
got into this. Well, yeah, the iWatch. But
Yeah.
part of that I have my mind on is these tablets where you can have it as a PC. And
Right.
tablet. I think Apple will do that with a MacBook, but you can have the MacBook as an iPad.
I mean, well, yeah.
I had a great idea for a new Mac, what they should do. Since 2014 is the Mac's 40th or 30th anniversary, what they should do is, what was it, Dave? What was the Mac that had a circular base and had a movable screen? Do you remember what that Mac was called?
I forget which one it was, but it was mostly used for.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I know exactly which one you're talking about, but I forget which one it was called.
What they should do is they should take that Mac and redesign it. They should.
Well, you see, they could redesign it, but it would be similar to what Infinity Ward would do. They don't know what to do, and they would flop on the design. I mean, there was only really one design for that. I mean, it had the circular base to it, the long metal neck that had the movable arm on it that held the screen up. It was mostly there for people who did like graphic arts, graphic design, stuff like that. I mean, it would be a good idea for something, but they like you said, they would have to redesign it. They could definitely, gut the thing, put new components in it easily. But I mean, any other design I would see for that you would only be able to change the base of it. Really, that's the only thing I could see them changing.
I say for the screen though, instead of using just how Smithy said, how you can have an iPad and have it to a Mac, you could make that screen come off.
Yeah.
That would be.
You can take it away.
Yeah.
David, you know what I'm going for? Like a tablet that.
Yeah, I know.
You have these. They're like the window tablets and everything like that, and they're really good. But my dad has one, and it's a shame that he wants to upgrade his RAM and everything like this. But if Apple did that and they just made it how they make it, that it's an iPad and a MacBook, and you can take it apart and everything like that, that'd be really cool. But talking about the iPhone and it getting better, they now have the person who was the BlackBerry's marketing guy. I see from that, I don't really see that implementing anything but BBM, like having that as a key. Instead of it being an app, it will be built into the iPhone maybe.
BlackBerry, yeah.
Like the BBM thing. But that pretty much makes BlackBerry pointless now, because the thing is that you can download that app on the iPhone for free and not have to pay anything. You can whereas on BlackBerries you still have to pay £5 a month or whatever it is to have BBM.
I mean, like BlackBerry with their phones. I mean, when the iPhone came out, I mean, they had the bold and the phones with the big keyboards on it and stuff. Now they're finally getting back into the shape of things, even though they got blown by people like HTC, Windows Phone, Galaxy, iPhone.
Yeah, HTC's it's taken off.
Yeah, HTC is getting very good, very, very good with their design. Sony makes great stuff too. I mean, HTC, for example, they're doing really good with their design. I mean, the HTC One really, I mean, the design is really, really good on that thing.
Is that the latest?
The HTC One is the one with the two speakers on the front.
What's the latest HTC? Because I see a lot of people saying that the HTC the latest HTC phone is really good, and it should be selling a lot more. Like everyone who has one has said it's better than iPhone, it's better than Samsung.
So I've been
Amazing.
kind of been behind on tech lately, but I think the newest HTC phone right now is the one. I'm pretty sure. They're soon to be releasing. I mean, it's been rumored for the past couple weeks. They're going to be releasing a new HTC phone. I don't know if it's called the M8 or what,
they
but
probably will release one. I mean, it's quite. Being in the phoning business is really quite important to release a lot of phones and everything like this. But like I said, it's a product where these big companies rush phones,
right.
And software for phones and everything.
So what draws people to the iPhone a lot is it's easy to use.
Stable.
It's stable. It's not extremely fast. It's not hard. Yeah, and it's not hard to use. App for everything.
It's good at email.
It's good at literally everything you need to do. Yeah, it's very simple.
More they could do. I think
Oh, for sure.
One thing they need to do is what they did with the 5S, I think, and they seem to be doing with a lot of the Macs and everything like that. The way, well, not Macs, but they have that small charger instead of having a 12-digit pin, they've now got a 6-digit pin. I don't like that because the chargers break easily.
Right.
My iPad charger is so fucked from that.
Yeah, that 30 pin charger, that one that goes in the bottom. Yeah, Apple, I feel that their chargers really could be made a lot better. I mean, their brand charger, the stupid shitty white charger that has a terrible, it's all plastic. The end of it bends inside. The way they design the end of them, must be really messed up or something, but they seem to break very easily, and they make they make
cheaper ones
they
on the internet that are better for like £5.
they make aftermarket chargers. Me and Steven, we both got two really good 6-foot long braided cables, and they are just really, really good. Super durable, super durable for the first thing. You could fucking tie a tree limb up with it and pull it down, it wouldn't break, and then still plug in your phone. Yeah. So.
And that charger only cost me $21.
Yeah.
But when the Apple brand charger is what, 50?
No, it's not 50, but it's maybe like 30 or something.
Yeah, my dad wanted a new charger because his broke. Apple were going to charge him $25 or £25, whatever. But he could just buy one on the internet that was a lot better than him. That was actually a longer charger than the original Apple, and it wouldn't have they actually have a better wiring than the old one. And I just feel like Apple, they have a terrible customer service as well.
And plus, they do certain things for their customers that I do like, but they certain things they could charge a lot less for. The Apple Care is great and all. The only thing is, for $250, I really think they could do more with, a lot more to it. And, if you look in the fine print, they don't even cover accidents with the Mac. Let's say, I know it's really, the person's fault. Let's say they spill something on the computer, but for $250, on top of spending, $1,200 for a baseline MacBook Pro, that is a lot of money. I mean,
$1,700.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, for that $250, you should have, some sort of accidental coverage for it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess so, but. When it comes to things like this, there needs to be more that benefits the customers. I mean, I hate these people I hate these companies that make a shitty product, that trick you into thinking it's being good, and then they charge you for customer service.
Right.
That's Windows right there, except with antivirus. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm looking at a Hewlett Packard, PC from 2009, and it's only what? It's 2014. I got it in 2010, so it's 4 years old. That goddamn thing is a piece of shit. It's about ready to die.
I look at companies, and PayPal have a great example of this. PayPal, if you have an issue with PayPal, they give you a code that gives you a free 60-minute customer service call with their staff, and every time you ring them, you get a different code. So you every time you ring them, each problem you have, you get 60 minutes, and then you won't get charged. You can have 60-minute calls. It's a great service. But we won't talk about PayPal, of course. But is there any other gaming things that you want to talk about? Anything you want to talk about more or anything?
That's about it. That's all I got.
I don't really have anything else,
Yeah,
really.
I've run out of topics, but see if you guys have any.
Not that I can really think of.
All right, I guess we'll leave episode 1 there then, and we'll do. We'll prepare for episode 2, which are we down for recording that next week or?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, guys, that is the Gamers Podcast, episode 1 with Stephen and David. A link to their channels will be in the description. David, you haven't got a gaming channel yet, but you're working on it, right?
Right. That should be up in probably at the most next month.
All right. And Stephen, what is your channel again?
I really don't have any specific things for my channel. I'm probably going to start doing vlogs, possibly vlogs /rants /review. It all depends.
But you can upload this podcast on there. A link to their channels will be in there, and obviously David will probably upload the podcast to Gamers Podcast when he gets his gaming channel done. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. And if you want to interact with us on Twitter, just use hashtag #TheGP, the Gamers Podcast. Just use that, and we'll get back to you on Twitter. So thank you for watching. You've been great, and yeah, peace.